Welcome to Law Times. For the students, it is an essential topic today's date which we are going to discuss. That is police custody. Whether is there any police custody prescribed or not. If at all police custody has been given or is going to be given, where is it that the provision empowers the court or the police to take a custody of a person, and for what purpose? First of all, if we see in a cognizable offense or a non-cognizable offense, if a person being arrested with an offense, what is the procedure that police has to do first? The procedure for the police, by not crossing 24 hours after the effecting of the arrest, they shall produce such an accused person before the concerned magistrate or any magistrate. Suppose, let us see for example, the police have arrested a person, effected the arrest, and it considerably appears that they can't reach to the court within 24 hours, then what is the procedure? Will it not amount to an illegal custody? A provision has been given that suppose if the delay is taking place in travel, during the travel, say by a vehicle has been jammed or some natural calamity has come, something has come. In such events, the police can intimate the reasons for delay or can send a copy in respect of such a genuine delay, wherein the magistrate will be satisfied beyond the 24 hours of presenting the accused before the court. Then, what is the procedure which has to be adopted, which has to be followed mandatorily as per CRPC by the magistrate? Is the magistrate has powers to take such arrested person from the custody of the police and remand such person to judicial custody. That means sending the person to jail. What is the purpose for which a person has to be sent to jail? Is it necessary? Whether the custodial detention, the custody inside the jail, is it necessary? If it is necessary according to the remand case diary and the investigation which is explained by the investigating officer, that if this accused person comes out or if he is being released, then there is every likelihood of tampering with the evidences and or influence may take place upon the witnesses. In those circumstances, the judicial custody has to be given by the magistrate, or upon an application made by the police, that the custody of the person is necessary for them to complete the investigation, because the investigation could not be completed in 24 hours. In those circumstances, what CRPC says, section 167 subclass 2 of CRPC says clearly, the magistrate, whoever is empowered, if the remand is being extending beyond 15 days also, that means there is a reason to believe that if this accused comes out, he may tamper with the evidence and may influence the witness. The police who are investigating the matter can make an application for the custody of the accused and for the purpose of investigating or for the purpose of unearthing some details which are very crucial for the purpose of filing a final report. That means a charge sheet or otherwise whatever it is under section 173 of CRPC. In those circumstances, what is the order that magistrate can pass? Not exceeding 15 days. Even if the remand has been extended from 15 days to another 15 days also, but the police custody as envisaged in subsection 2 of 167 gives power by not exceeding 15 days, the custody can be given to the police. Is it a blanket order? Is it a blanket order? After taking the custody of the person, can they do anything whatever they want with the accused person? No. Even at the time of arrest, the right of the accused person is the accused can choose to meet his advocate under section 41D of CRPC. Under section 41D of CRPC, the accused has every right to meet his advocate or her advocate and tell about his detention in connection with whatever the case may be. If the information is already given to the family members and other persons who are concerned for this accused, and if this accused has already met the advocate, can this accused oppose the petition of the police? Yes. As per this section 167, if the police says that, for example, let us take for example, if the accused person is arrested for the offense of a murder case, a 302 case, he was caught by the team or unreliable information and was arrested with that allegation. And upon questioning, the accused might have orally given confession. Thereafter, basing on such thing, the police also will have to establish that how, where, to whom, for what purposes, whether motive, intention, whatever are the necessary ingredients for such an offense, whatever the offense, in order to establish, there should be ingredients has to be satisfied. They will express in the petition that these are the reasons for which we wanted the accused for custody in order to unearth such weapons, or if it is a 420 case or some scam or something else, some papers, something which is concealed has to be taken out. Then in those circumstances, police will clearly say that this is the reason for which we wanted the custody of the person. If the court satisfies those conditions, then the court can sanction the custody of the person to police. Meanwhile, as I said, the advocate for the accused can also file a petition to oppose, stating that whatever is said in the remand case diary, whatever is submitted before the court in order to exercise its powers for remanding the person to judicial custody, by reading that if it is satisfied, the police custody need not be given. After hearing, the magistrate can also give the police custody. In those circumstances, are there any judicial right for the accused? Yes. In the presence of the advocate, in a fixed timing, the interrogation has to take place. That order can be passed by the court. In presence of the advocate, The advocate will also be present while the interrogation is going on. A fixed timing can be fixed by the magistrate, and then the interrogation or police investigation has to be done. Let us see, suppose if police violates these things, how violation can take place. Suppose a second Saturday is coming and Sunday is followed by it. Police may arrest a person and produce before the magistrate after the court hours. Is it possible? Yes, they will show the reason, because the time is getting elapsed. 24 hours is getting elapsed. That is why we have produced before the house. In that circumstances, the advocate may not be having reach or information at what time police are going, because sometimes police will not pass the information at what time they are remanding the accused. In those circumstances, the petition will be taken. The petition also will be allowed sometimes without even the knowledge of the accused or accused advocate. Then what is the recourse left for it? The very next working day, this advocate can approach to that court and make an application and seek the court permission in order to save the human dignity and the human rights. Because producing a person without giving a chance will also amount to sometimes infringement of human rights. In another lecture, we will discuss in respect of what are the offences which fall under criminal in nature in respect of human rights. However, today, when we are discussing about 167, remanding of the accused, before the elapse of 24 hours, if the concerned judicial magistrate or concerned magistrate is not available, then what is the course left for the police? The CRPC says in 167 subclass 2A, it gives power to an executive magistrate to receive such remand, and accused, and may send him to the custody not more than 7 days. In case of a magistrate under 167, the magistrate can send a person to judicial custody for 14 days. Now, if the magistrate is not available, the executive magistrate who is discharging these duties can only send a person for 7 days to judicial custody. Within this period, the magistrate has to forward the records to the magistrate to whom the jurisdiction is falling. Now, in precisely, hope you understood what is the police custody, and also while granting the police custody, it will be certainly mentioned by the court to the police that no third degree method should be used. These are all the conditions which will be mentioned in the order. Therefore, today we have seen what is the official way, legal way that police can have the custody of a person for the purpose of investigation and interrogation. In addition to this, sometimes there will be illegal custodies. May not be known to any public, even outsiders. That's a different thing, that's a different chapter. That can be discussed at any other time. So far as in coming to the legality part is concerned, as per section 167 subclass 2, police can make an application before the magistrate. Magistrate has discretion to grant basing on the grounds, and also after hearing, if accused chooses to file a counter, can grant police custody up to 15 days only. With this topic, I hope this might have conveyed you properly about the police custody and what circumstances it will be given. If you like this video, please do share and subscribe for our channel for all latest topics. Thank you.